Hello, my community, my Sangha. I am trying to do this thing with this microphone live, like awkward. I voice over all of my videos so far, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. And worst case, if it's not perfect, I've learned all about having progress, not perfection, so I'll be okay. I can navigate those emotions now. Kefab and I went out. Well, actually, we were just kind of like, it's really cool now in sobriety that I can like not have a plan and be okay with it. Because before, I definitely overanalyzed everything and thought I had to have a plan for everything and would freak out if I didn't. Even though I never really was in control. I tried to fool myself into thinking I was in control. But so today I was just like crocheting, doing a crocheting little thing, and then I did an online meeting, and Kefab said he was going to go out and do some videos, and I was like, well, let this meeting finish and I'll ride with you. And man, I'm so grateful I did. I have never been shy to admit I am definitely a fair weather rider, and there has been overcast and rain for quite some days, and the sun has came out today to bless us. Isn't it amazing? Which the rain blessed us as well. We needed that, that's for sure. And the temperatures have dropped. Like the high was like 80. Just an amazing day for a ride, and to get all those natural endorphins flowing. Kefab got to do a live on the way up here. So then it was like, okay, where are we gonna go? And at first my brain was like, wait, we have to know where we're going. No, we don't. And it's like, oh, let's just head this way. And luckily, as we got on the path, I was like, you know what? The Otis Redding, or like little home of Otis Redding sign is in Gray, Georgia, and that's the road we're on. So let's go there. And then Kefab was like, oh yeah, this other little museum is over here. Let's go there. So not having a plan sometimes for me is exactly how it needs to happen. I get so many blessings and not having a plan sometimes. Not like that's not like life advice. But yeah, for me right now, just not having a plan is amazing. As far as the day-to-day, goes. But I luckily was so blessed with, so part of my AA journey and sobriety journey is giving back. They say giving back what was so graciously given to you. So I definitely have said more than once that I've stayed sober due to a program of recovery. As soon as I landed after rehab, there were cravings like crazy. Because in your rehab, you're in this little bubble, So as soon as I landed, I had these cravings. And if it wasn't for my sponsor and me seeing a program and people in this program that had years of sobriety and were happy, and that they were talking about these triggers not being there, then I might would have given in to those triggers. I would have given in, because I wouldn't have had anybody to call on. And luckily I had a sponsor that I could text or call and say, man, I'm feeling all these feelings and these emotions and these cravings. And it was amazing just to have somebody say something so simple. And that's what they say in this big book of Alcoholics Anonymous. They say, it's so simple. Oh, somebody's calling me. They say it really is just a simple program. But as you heard earlier in my share, my brain likes to overanalyze everything and overthink everything. And so I couldn't just keep it simple. But my sponsor kept it simple for me and was like, well, I know you have a higher power. Are you praying? It was like, and I've shared this in my shorts before, but it really is that simple, But I'm so thankful that my higher power kept pushing me to be of service and to give back to the community. And I found this lovely online group that I attend every day. And they had a service training, and my brain kept making those ego decisions of like, no, I can't do it right now. I have, this was a couple of weeks ago, so I was like, I have less than 90 days sobriety. I can't do that yet. I'm only on step 4 of the program. I can't do that yet. But in reality, leading a meeting is just only requirements 30 days of sobriety. So, but even though my ego kept getting in the way and telling me, no, you can't do this, the signs and the windows and the doors kept opening up, and I just kept making bullshit excuses. And I finally stopped making those excuses, and I remembered about everything I put into my bad habits. And I said, I need to put everything and more into my good habits now. And part of that is giving back. So I signed up for the workshop, which is just a quick little online meeting, And so I took this service spot of every Friday at 1 o'clock, I would run this meeting. And so tomorrow will be my first meeting to run. So today, before we came out for the ride, luckily I had looked at the script for this meeting, and I had already decided the topics just to familiarize myself, because there will be 30, possibly up to 30 people or more listening to me, which made me feel a little pressure, right? Well, thank God I did, because I hop on my normal 1 o'clock meeting, and there was no host there, and so I got the opportunity to go ahead and jump in and host the meeting and start the meeting. Luckily, I did have another co-host that helped to navigate it, but it went really smoothly. And even though I was put on a spot, I knew that, I just live a life now where I really believe things happen for a reason. I truly believe that. And I'm really thankful that I was able to be of service and to lead that meeting. And the community is just amazing. I've talked a lot as I've gone into sobriety about the power of community, and that goes for even what we call normies. Yeah, normies are all you people that don't have the obsession to drink. That person that can get a mixed drink, keep on and stir it and never sip it for 30 minutes later while the alcoholic is looking at him like, are you gonna drink that thing or do you need a nipple? Community, even for normies, is needed. And I guess it goes back to our native roots. Ultimately that was how tribes led. It was community based. I don't know, it's just the nature of a human to want community. And I just find myself, or me anyways, I shouldn't say in general, because some people are loners, but I know for me the power of community is insane. The power of knowing that I'm not alone is amazing. And something about having a sponsor, I've been working this fourth step where I get to list all the crappy things I did, and I get to tell it to somebody, and I'm telling it to my sponsor, and she's really amazing. She's a counselor in her normal life, but she doesn't counsel me. That's not what sponsorship's about. Sponsorships is just about navigating the step work and helping you just kind of see your own life for what it is, And so I've been reading that inventory to her, and she just here and there, she lets me just speak it, and whenever something catches her, she'll be like, well, are you sure that's coming from this, or could it, dig deeper? And she doesn't put words in my mouth. She's just like, dig deeper. And this inventory really calls for me to look at my emotions and how my emotions have led me down this path of alcoholism and addiction. And I've never been required to do that. I never did it. I just lived my life letting my emotions run me, and I just knew I was angry and bitter. But I learned that that anger is a secondary emotion from something deeper. Like, what's deeper going on? And I love that as I'm writing down all the crappy things I did, I get to reflect back at what caused me to do those crappy things. Was I hurt? Did I feel cheated? Or what was the underlying issue there? And then I get to process what I should have done instead. And then I get to pray to my higher power to guide me. I know that my higher power has taught me to have faith. And I know that this change in job and this change in states even is aligning up with my higher self. So I I just have to trust in the process, you know, and I have to have faith that as long as I'm doing good deeds and selfless work and building others up, then the rest will happen. The rest will fall into place. So I'm grateful to you all, and I'm gonna let you enjoy this scenery and stop running my mouth. I love you all. If your day is not a good day, let's make it a great night. You can make it a great day right now by just changing that mindset. Whatever will help you do that. Take some deep breaths in, do some meditation. If you're a praying person, pray. If you're a community person, seek that community. Remember, we're always loved, guided, and protected.